Hello, everyone. It's me, Ivory. Happy time zone. I can't believe today is the inZOI online showcase. I feel like we've been waiting literally been waiting ages for this game, but sometimes good things come to those who wait. And in 2 minutes and 18, 17 seconds, we are going to get some of the latest news from inZOI. And I just, give me a little bit of grace today. I am feeling about a 2 out of 10 today, but I did not want to miss this at all. So I'm not going to be too chatty, especially since they're going to be presenting us information, but I will chime in to give my opinion on what they have coming. And I'm curious to know what you guys have to say in the chat. And also, happy time zone. Welcome in. Thank you for showing up to watch this with me today. I think anyone that knows me knows that I'm actually obsessed with inZOI. It's kind of a bit much. You're excited for inZOI. You love when you played it. Oh, you got to play it at Gamescom last year? That's so cool. I would love to know the differences you see between this and the, let me turn it down just a little bit, and the demo and the actual game when it's out. I hear that they got a lot of feedback when they were at Gamescom. I'm really excited. Time to say goodbye to your real life. Oh, they're so real. Please enjoy the game for a long time. We will. I feel like what they put together is something so innovative, and I hope that when the game is ready, that people give it a lot of grace because it is early access. And I don't know, I think we just need to wait for the game to be in our hands before everyone has their thoughts and opinions. Hey, wait, this little song. Yeah. Sorry if I'm a little bit low energy today in advance. But the show still goes on. What's your dream life? They gave us one. Oh, Alexa, be quiet. They gave you 1 hour. Oh, the loading screen. Give 1 hour to create a character. Oh, that's not that. That's very quick, actually. Oh, Sidecat! I'm so obsessed with Sidecat. I think they're the cutest thing. I want a plushie, a Sidecat plushie. Okay, is it starting?
Hello, my name is 𝐻𝒶𝓅𝓅𝓎 Kim, or Kjun,
We're here.
the director and producer of inZOI. The Korean greeting 안녕하세요 literally means "Are you well?" A lot of you are watching this showcase. I hope
Can we
you
get him
send me a
louder?
round of applause to cheer me as I try to go through this presentation. First, thank you for celebrating inZOI's early access launch with us. We'd appreciate your support as we take our difficult first steps.
He seems like such a warm and welcoming person. Like, I love the aesthetic.
This set looks just like this place looks in-game. It's the AR library from inZOI, and it's a space where a ZOI is sent when they pass away. inZOI is a life simulation game that captures life itself, the journey from birth through various experiences to death. Since this genre is an unfamiliar one in Korea, I've often been asked questions like, is this even a game, or how do you even play it? Finding developers, conducting playtests, and evaluating the game have all been challenging. But the
Wow,
reason
I
we
didn't
created
realize
this
that
game
this
is
wasn't
simple.
that popular of a genre.
We're developers, but like you, we're
Where
also
he's at.
gamers. And I wanted to create a game in a genre I personally love. I believe this genre holds meaningful and empowering value, and I wanted more people to experience it. During difficult moments in my life, I played The Sims, and I was reminded of Charlie Chaplin's quote, "Life is a tragedy when seen up close, but a comedy when viewed from a distance." I realized that living through and observing different lives can be deeply comforting. That's why this inZOI poster that you see on screen was designed to give the feeling of looking down at the game world from a distance.
I love that. That's so
Over time, I built.
cool.
And as I got older, I also enjoyed the genre with my son. One day, he asked me, "Are there other games in this genre with the latest graphics?" Without hesitation, I took on the challenge of creating one myself. In inZOI, AR company manages
I don't want to
virtual simulation
overtalk.
worlds known as inZOI. The people living in this world are known as ZOIs. As a new recruit of AR company, your role is to observe and shape the
AJ,
lives of
hello.
ZOIs. You become a
Happy
creator.
time zone. Welcome
By
in.
playing inZOI, you are stepping into the role of a life creator. That's
What's
why
the
today's
price so you can
showcase is
save up?
themed
I'm not
as
sure.
a recruitment day for new
We'll just have to wait and see.
Early access means that you are joining AR company as a new employee, becoming a fellow creator, helping to build the world of inZOI alongside me. If I successfully complete this presentation and many of you apply to join this journey, then this presentation will have been a success.
Oh, I'm joining.
All right, then. If you want to
I am
apply as a new
joining.
employee, you'll need to
Thank
know
you,
about inZOI
AJ.
and AR company, right? First, I'll introduce the team behind inZOI.
Again,
and AR
my
company,
apologies
and then
for
I'll give
my
you an
lack of
overview
energy
inZOI itself.
today. I know I'm giving 0 out of 10, but like I said, I really didn't want to miss this at all. And I love that this is a passion
These
project
people you see on
for,
screen
oh,
are
they're
the brave
talking, but
colleagues
from a
who
father
took
to
on this
son.
bold challenge with me.
Look, none of those people look
Thanks
miserable
to their
at work.
dedication, I was able to bring the game this far. And even at this very moment,
Look at them
we
working
continue
hard.
to
I know
give their
that's
best.
right. They seem like they have a very
Next, let me introduce the creators
cozy work
behind the real
environment too.
movements, voices, and the music of inZOI.
배우 정용현입니다.
My name is Heather Moore.
Let me turn it up a little bit.
이혜진입니다. 오늘 연주한 곡은 인게임 들어가시기 전에 로비에서 들어보실 수 있는 음악이고요.
뭐가 특별한 모션보다는 리얼한 연기지만 또 그 안에서 뭘 표현해야 하는지.
Wait, was she motion capturing the kid?
느낌의 중간점을 찾는 그
Finding that middle ground has been particularly
It's
challenging.
very funny to do things that maybe are private. Going to the restroom. You can die of embarrassment, of hunger. Fun experience that you can live in, play, and share with others. 파이팅 하십시오.
감사합니다.
Best of luck to everyone. Thank you.
Since this genre involves role
Shallon,
playing, I'll
hello,
continue
happy
with
time
this recruitment
zone.
theme for this
No, I need some
presentation.
water.
Before you decide to join us, it's only fair that I introduce you to inZOI, right? So let's go through each of these focuses one by one. inZOI strives to create not only realistic graphics, but also a realistic simulation. In spring, flowers bloom. In autumn, the leaves turn red. In winter, they fall and snow begins to cover the
The
ground.
fact that we're getting
We have
seasons
developed
at
seasonal
launch
changes
is
and
so
interactions.
exciting.
So when it snows, players can decorate for winter and throw festive parties. Characters must wear
Exactly,
weather-appropriate
Shallon.
clothing. If it's too hot or too cold, they can catch a cold or fall ill and die.
Them fighting, them fighting in the
weather
rain.
also affects the
Why?
emotions of ZOIs, leading to new and unexpected events. inZOI allows players to change the background as they see fit.
That's funny.
And to interact with crowds in various ways, such as talking, helping, or complimenting them. You could also fight with people in the crowd as well. You can even beg for money. You can get rocks and paintings that you've collected or crafted and sell them on the street. Or if you have any furniture that are used, you can sell them as secondhand goods. The city is filled with fun spaces and experiences. What I'm showing now is built within
Listen,
inZOI.
never mind.
In the past,
I was about to say
content creation was
something.
limited to
Never mind. I
companies or
retract my
professionals with
statement.
specialized equipment. But today, anyone
Anyway.
can easily create content, leading to a surge in
Look at the
diverse and
bear.
exciting content.
Oh, look at that
Similarly,
bear.
in the world of inZOI, we wanted to embed creative tools that
This
allow
is so
everyone to create
cool.
with ease. You can generate 3D objects from single images and also use them as furniture or decorative items.
Look, y'all don't even need to learn how to use
Make
Blender.
them
You can just
earrings
make
and
something.
attach them to your earlobe.
I love the wings.
Try
Yes,
replacing
Shallon.
interactive objects or existing furniture in the game with the 3D objects you've created using the 3D printer. Here you see my character replacing a punching bag.
I'm gonna turn Zan into a punching bag.
You could also take a
I'm
single
gonna take their
image to create
avatar
poses.
and 3D
So when you
print it
play
into a punching
inZOI,
bag.
if you have a pose that you want to add, you could just input your photo.
Gonna have some competition. I hope people still embrace both genres.
If you have any videos of yourself dancing, then you can put those in inZOI to make the Zois dance like you are in the video.
So cute. One of those dances
Facial
look kind of
capture that we
familiar.
introduced previously is now joined with camera motion capture, which is in development. It's been included as an experimental feature in this build. It's still a work in progress, but if you can be patient with us, we'll continue to challenge ourselves and improve the features.
This is so cool.
I'm actually more of an introvert, so I'm not the most socially active person. But
Nothing.
I
You're just
believe that
gonna be
relationships
my
are one of the
inZOI
most
punching
important
bag.
aspects of life. In inZOI, if you make a Zoi and select traits, that determines your chemistry with others. This means that romance and friendships will
Oh,
naturally
she
develop
slapped
with
the
compatible people,
taste out of his
while
mouth.
relationships with incompatible ones might be more challenging. Family relationships
The
in particular are
baby!
incredibly important. Just like in real life, raising a baby is tough, and the bond between parents and children will influence a child's relationships as they grow. By the way, if any of you have a baby or a child, remember that they grow up incredibly fast. You'll miss these days, so cherish them.
Out of all the look at the babies hugging. Because yours was the first
That said,
name that
in
I seen when I
inZOI,
looked at chat.
You don't have to take life too
if
seriously.
Shallon, like if you would have said something a little bit later, it
It's
would have been
okay to
Shallon.
yell
Because
or
it was
get
her
angry
than
in
you.
the game. Go out into the streets, gather a crowd, show off your outfit,
They
play an
really just keep
instrument,
boxing each other.
or you could sing at the top of your lungs.
Wait,
Just
why
like in
is
real life,
Botrix saying
Someone
these
might
things in the
send you
chat?
a message on social
This
media.
channel is not monetized.
criticizing
Ignore Botrix. I don't know what it's
or
saying. I
praising
gotta turn that
your
bot
style.
off. Oh, that was for my old channel. No, I'm sorry, Zan. I'll turn you
Dare
into
to
my
live boldly
Zoi's
and explore diverse experiences.
couch
The more you
pillow.
challenge yourself, the richer your story will become. After all, your role is to be a creator of life, which
The
means
police
you're doing just
officer is
fine.
really getting down.
Recently, inZOI has been receiving positive recognition from the public, which has been incredibly helpful in convincing the company, recruiting developers, and pushing the game forward. However, the overwhelming expectations from the public personally became too much pressure, leading us to postpone the early access release once. But even with that delay, it still wasn't enough time to fully refine the game.
You know, wait, this is
Now we
YouTube.
want
I
to
keep
release-
forgetting I can pause. Duh, this is not Twitch. Okay, so I feel like a call out here is that when you have games like this that are coming out in a genre where there's not really a lot of competition, I think so many players put so many expectations on them, and they tend to forget that, you know, there are other life simulation games that have had many generations of their game. They had many years, decades to get it right. So I think that some of the expectations that people were putting on inZOI were a little bit extra, and just, you know, the game is early access. So hopefully when people do get in when I get my hands on the game too, but yeah, hopefully when people get their hands on the game, they will appreciate it and, you know, see the potential in the early access
the
game.
game early to our core fans,
Like, you can't expect
gather
for
their
them to
feedback,
have
and ensure that
everything
we
a
shape
game
inZOI
has
into a
that
game they truly
has been
love.
around for like 20 years. That's just, you
That's
know,
why we're moving forward with our original plan, launching early access and refining the game together through direct communication with our players.
unrealistic.
The inZOI team will continue working hard to improve each aspect of the game step by step. We'll never give up, and we'll keep developing ambitious features.
Oh, Gladys, thank you so much for subscribing.
It's a bit sad that we
time zone
still
to
can't
you.
take family photos. And since the development team is continuously working on new features, the localization team is having a hard time. As a result, the localization quality of the currently supported languages is still far from complete. But we'll do our best to complete the game, and we have a percentage of how complete the game is to decide for the early access build. The cars and motion capture features still also have a long way to go, but we'll continue to work on them. But no one gets everything right from the start, right? The next city is already in development, and we're continuously
A new city. Look at the palm trees. That
improving
looks
and
so
adding
good.
more careers to the game. We're also researching AI-driven automatic building.
Like that new world. Look at the water, the beach.
And
Oh my
we
goodness.
are working on optimizing tall structures. You can build tall structures in the early access build, but that lags the game. We're working on making it possible for you to build 30-story buildings. We'll continue to communicate with you, make improvements together, so that inZOI will be remembered as a truly great life simulation game.
The translator is doing an amazing job, by the way.
But making an informed decision is important. So we've taken the time to prepare another demo for you.
Oh my goodness. The building in this game. I'm not a builder. I'm really nervous to try it. But look at all of the customization. Dream it, build it, live it. That's one of my favorite ZOIs that they have, is their model ZOI.
You've seen in the video, the focus area for this demo is the character customization and build mode. So please take the time to fully experience it and enjoy inZOI. I hope you like it, and let's build inZOI together. So the creative studio that we have this time includes a lot of features. We have added watches, rings, and bracelets, and you can make them as you wish.
The nose ring.
And the outfit
I really like this feature of the game because let's say you just want a few variety, like you don't have to outsource mods. You can just go ahead and change it natively, not even have to leave your game and get a whole new
Customization has
outfit for
also
your
been further
Zoids.
improved. You will be able to create more
Exactly,
variety of
Shallon.
outfits. Now, in this build, all the build mode features are available. We have foundations, we have fences, gates, and walls.
I kind of want to build a fun house, like a little house of mirrors. That'd be so fun. You miss your Zoe self? Aw.
All the walls and fences can be colored
I'm
as
sure
you
you'll
wish,
see them
and
soon.
you can also customize them as you wish.
Ladders at launch. Oh my goodness.
And the stairs and ladders have been enhanced.
No shade, but you know, the fact that we don't have to
In
wait
this
for
build,
ladders is amazing.
You can utilize the AI feature that I mentioned earlier, so you can discover creative ways to combine the AI features with the
I love that the furniture in this game looks nice. Also, the aesthetic of inZOI, it's cohesive from the characters to the builds to the decor and furniture. Like nothing looks
existing
tacky.
features. You'll be able to create
$40 is actually
exciting
very
works. Share your creations
affordable,
on
especially
Canvas
for a game like
and
this.
enjoy them with other players.
I know we're a little bit behind. Are those quadruplets?
Now, let's move on to an ad bit that our business team wanted me to share. So you can get a glimpse of inZOI through content creator streams and videos.
Can somebody
a
delete that
random
bot tricks
challenge
comment? Like this channel is not
campaign that will start
monetized.
tomorrow. So watch streams and videos.
Wow, if you guys have any favorite content creators, according to Cajun, I don't know any, but they're saying that you can watch your favorite inZOI content creators.
On inZOI,
Wow, that's so
and you can
crazy.
get the early access keys. And
Oh, yeah,
please
and you
check it
get
out.
drops. Okay, price time. Blue
As I
already
mentioned
told
earlier,
us, but
inZOI is not yet a finished product. There is still a lot of room for improvement. think
let's just pretend like we don't know
The
yet.
more
Drum roll.
players participate, the better the game will become. With this in mind, we have internally decided to offer early access at the most reasonable price possible. So this is the price we came up with.
Wow. Wow.
But as a developer, I think inZOI still has a lot to improve on. So this is what we're going to do. Until there's the full launch, all updates
What
and
the
DLCs
heck?
will be provided for free. And that's the decision we at inZOI Studio came up with Crafton. Now, in order for this promise to mean anything, the development team has to continue consistently. And we are committed to
I'm
continuing the
so
development
in
and
awe of
committing to
that.
this roadmap. So here's our roadmap. To highlight the major updates, in May, we will introduce
A
some
Blender
modding features.
mod kit. Okay, perfect. Time
We
for
have
me to
Maya
get
and
brushed up.
Blender
Exactly, Blue. That's an
plugins
amazing
ready.
price.
And cheat codes will be provided, and Your body shapes will also change if you
여러분들이
work
알고
out
Can
계신지
you
at gym.
몰라도
actually no, you can't because I will be.
Gyms.
8일은
And
고양이의 날입니다.
I don't know if you knew
그날은
this, but
저희가 고양이
August
컨셉으로
8th
돼
is
있는
the International Cat
도시를
Day.
추가하려고 합니다.
We plan to add a
그런데
cat-themed
그
island city
도시에 고양이 있지는 않으니
on
혹시
that day.
오해하지 말아주세요.
A cat-themed
근데
island?
제가 가장 기대하는
You're not gonna have
수영장과
any
지하가
cat
드디어
place available.
추가됩니다.
And
그리고 사망한
this update will
조이들이
also
유령돼서
introduce
플레이하는
swimming
것도
pools
추가가
and
되고요.
basements, and you will
앞서
also have
보여드린 AI
ghost
건축도
gameplays
추가하려고
and
합니다.
AI
What?
저희는 3개월
build mode
단위로
feature will
계속
also be available
게임을
then.
완성할 거고
And every 3 months,
가구와
we plan to
의상을
release
추가해
new
나갈 것입니다.
outfits and furnitures and
하지만 이것이 확정은 절대로 아닙니다.
this is
여러분들과
not
지속적으로 소통하면서
finalized
여러분들이
though.
요청하는 것들을
We will
계속
continue to
수정하고
communicate with you,
개발해서 인조의 세계를
actively listening to
완성해
your
나가려고
requests
So
합니다.
by
and
the end of the
incorporating
year,
your
we'll have a
feedback.
memory system and
오늘
be
설명이
able to move
어떠셨나요?
to the cities.
So,
Because once
did
you
you
choose your
enjoy my
마음에
presentation?
드셨으면
city, you're
이
locked to
작품의
it.
소리가 마음에 드신다면
Yeah,
28일에
I will be
정말
joining.
제가
If
후원하는
you like the
Absolutely.
presentation,
꼭
be
AI
sure to
컴퍼니에
join
합류해 주셨으면
Air
좋겠습니다.
Company on the 28th.
Wait, where do I get a Paul plushie? I want one so
그럼 실시간으로
badly.
정말 많은
Okay,
분들이 와
so
계신데요.
we have a lot of
정말
people joining
지금부터는
us
여러분들이 질문에
in the
대답하는 시간을
chat.
갖도록 하겠습니다.
Let's
저의
have our
질문과
live
답변을
Q&A
도와줄
session. We have someone
조엘님을
special
소개하겠습니다.
here alongside
네,
me.
안녕하세요.
We have Joel here.
발표하시느라 너무
Joel!
고생 많으셨습니다,
Hello.
주인님.
Thank you
이제
so much for
저희가
the
이제
great
Q&A를
presentation,
정식적으로 이제
Kejun.
시작하려고 하는데요.
So we
이제
want to start the
지금
Q&A
현재
session.
채팅을 통해서 많은 분들께서 이제 좀 참여를
We
해주시는데
have
그
a lot
채팅에
of
고정
people
댓글을
leaving
보시면 이제 그
comments
질문을
in the
Yes,
chat.
I hope you guys all
저희가
get
링크를 드렸어요.
inZOI so we
There's a
can play
link
together.
들어가셔가지고
where you
이제
can leave
피디님께
your
Because I too will be
comments and
getting the
questions.
inZOI.
저희가 또 취합해서
Use that
이것도 이제
link
여쭤보도록
and
하겠습니다.
we
그래서 그
will
취합하는
list up
시간에
all the
조금 시간이
questions.
필요하기 때문에 저희가 그 사전에
And
준비한
this will take
저희
some time
인플루언서
for our
분들
team.
통해서 이제
So
질문을
we
몇 개
have
받아왔거든요.
some questions from
그래가지고
the
이제 말씀을
influencers
드리면
that
이제
we
어떤 분들은 이제
gathered
한국말로도 이제
before
질문 주시는
this
것을 이제
event.
피디님 바로 답변
So let's take a
가능하시지만
look at
어떤 분들은
those
이제 다른 외국어로도
questions.
이제
We
질문을
have
주셨기
videos
때문에 그런
prepared,
분들은 이제
and
영상이 끝나고
we
나서
have
제가 질문을
some
Okay, so yeah,
videos
they're
that
about
are
to
not in
introduce
Korean.
their official
I will translate
co-streamers.
them after the videos are played. So
질문을 이제 영상으로 준비됐다고 하니까
let's
같이
take a look
보시고
at the
피디님
video
답변 드리도록
first.
하겠습니다.
You're gonna wait a few days? No, that's totally real.
Hello everyone, my name
Hello
is
everyone,
Maddie,
my
or
name is Maddie,
𝐻𝒂𝓅𝓅𝓎
or
I am a cozy life sim gamer here
Sock.
from the USA.
I'm a cozy life
You may
sim
have seen me
gamer here
before
in
as
the
I was
USA.
fortunate enough to play
You may have
inZOI
seen
in the
me before
previous
because I was
playtest.
fortunate
But
enough to
one
play
aspect
inZOI
of
in the
inZOI that
previous
I found
playtest.
surprisingly
But
time-consuming
one
while
aspect of
playing
I
inZOI
think
that
all
I
of the
found
people they
surprisingly
chose
time
were
consuming
the
in-game day
while
creators
playing
that
was
they
sleeping.
96
Because
worked with
real-life
one
before.
in-game
A
day
large
is
'Cause I've seen her
equivalent to
content from the
96
last
real-life
playtest.
minutes.
towards
A large
sleeping,
portion of
which
game
isn't very
playtime is going
interactive.
to
It's
be
just the
towards
player
sleeping,
staring
which
at their
isn't
ZOI
very
while they
interactive.
sleep. And I
It's just
understand
the
that the world
player
of inZOI
staring
does
at their
continue
ZOI
to
while they
simulate
sleep.
beyond just
I
the
understand
immediate
that the
family,
world of
which
inZOI
does
does
introduce some
continue
complexity in
to
this
simulate
situation.
beyond
But my
just the
question,
immediate
Kejun,
family,
would be,
which
are there
does
any
introduce
plans to
some
introduce
complexity to
a
this situation. But
𝒯𝒾𝓂𝓏
my question to
feature or a
Kejun
way
would
to
be,
speed up
are there
the
any
game
plans to
time
introduce a
during
fade to black
sleeping? I
feature
think that
or a
fans
way to
might not
speed up
foresee
the
this
game
as
time
a
during
gameplay
sleeping?
annoyance
I think that
until they
fans might
experience
not
it
foresee
firsthand.
this as a
Thanks,
gameplay
Kejun.
annoyance until they experience it firsthand.
네.
That's a good
Thanks,
question.
Kejun.
커튼석님이
Okay,
이제
so
질문
we have the
주셨는데요.
first
지난
question
플레이
from A Cotton
테스트에
Sock.
참여해 주셨으니까 벌써 이제
She
7개월 전
participated
이제
in
얘기를
the
가지고
last
말씀하셨는데 그때는
playtest. It
저희가
was
이제
7 months ago.
보통
Back
플레이
then,
시간이 하루를 이제 1배속으로
the
플레이할
play
경우에는 이제
time was at
96분의 현실 시간이 걸리기 때문에 뭐 그중에서 이제 3분의
X1
1을
speed
질문
updates.
주신 내용이 너무나 이게 잘 알고 계셔서
Okay, I am
정확한
very
질문이시고요. 사실
aware
인조이는
of this
그 외부에도
issue.
전부 시뮬레이션 하다 보니까
We are
시뮬레이션을
simulating
건너뛰는
the
거는 문제가 됩니다.
outer
그래서
world,
저희가 할 수
not
있는
just the
거는
household,
속도를
as you
빨리 하는
know.
수밖에 없는데
So
사실 시뮬레이션 게임을 속도를 빨리 한다니 굉장히
if
위험한
you
겁니다.
그럼요.
그래서
speed up the
굉장히
simulation,
컴퓨팅
it's
파워도
going to
많이
be a
먹고
big
이래서
problem.
그래서 저희가 할 수 있는 선택은
So what
시뮬레이션을
we
최적화하고
do
속도를
is
빨리 하는 것을
optimize
개발했습니다.
simulation.
네네네.
그래서 이제 옵션에 가시면
And if you go to
이제는
options,
게임의 플레이 속도를 세 가지로
there are 3
조정해서
game
플레이하실
speeds
수
that you
있고요.
can
그리고
utilize.
가장 중요한 거는
And
이제
the most
잠자는
important
동안에
thing is
저희가 30배속으로 플레이가 되도록
you
개발을
can
했습니다. 그래서
actually enable
얼리 액세스 빌드를 받으시면
네.
아마 잠자는
speed
동안에
that speeds
30대
up
속으로
the sleeping time
물론 이제
30
여러분들이 좀
times.
헷갈리실 수 있다
30
보니까
I think that might
times.
be
이제
confusing
인조이의
to our
특성이 좀 이제
players.
본인 조이만 이제 컨트롤하는 게 아니라 또 가족
You're
멤버들도
not just
같이
controlling
컨트롤하다
your
보니까
ZOI, but you can
한
also
조이가 이제
control
30
the
times the
family
speed.
members.
자기 내는 겁니다.
Wow.
그렇진
So
않습니다.
will this
모든
go
가족이 자야
take
되고요.
effect
빨리
as soon as
주무시고
your
가족을
ZOI
빨리
sleeps?
재우셔야 됩니다.
No, your
강제로 이렇게
entire
잠들게
family
하시면
has to be asleep in order for
30%
this
빨리
to take
지나갈 수
effect.
있습니다.
강제였으면 하는 걸로
네,
이렇게
맞습니다.
이해하겠습니다.
Okay.
네, 그러면 다음 질문 넘어가도록
So let's
하겠는데요.
move on to
다음
the
질문은
next
이제
question.
김혜일님께서
We have a
준비해
question
주셨다니까
from Rail Kim.
영상을 보시고 바로 답변해
Let's
주시면
watch
될 것
that
같습니다.
video.
안녕하세요. 한국에서 인생
Hello,
시뮬레이션
I'm Rail
때
Kim.
유튜브로
I'm a
운영 중인
live
김혜일.
simulation
Why do
YouTube
I
creator
love
of shops
슈퍼보다
available on the
대체할 수 있는
map.
기능이
Is there
한국에서
any
운영되는
chance that
기능일까요?
users will be
만약
able to add
가능하다면
or
해당
place
기능이
their
어떻게
own
구현될 수
shops in the
있을지
future? If
궁금합니다.
so, I'm curious how this
제가
feature could be
질문을 듣고 깜짝
implemented.
놀랐는데요.
Like, why?
사실은
Why am I in
제가
love with her
That's the
setup?
surprising
It's just
question.
so
Because
clean.
직업이 많이
I'm
Nothing
부족한데
but
the
a
least
plain
confident about
wall.
아예
That's
careers
못했습니다.
I
with this
aspire
game.
to have
I
that.
wasn't
제가
able
질문을
to
듣다가 생각한 게
touch
있었어요. 아까 영상
shops at all.
보시면서도 인조이 안에 여기
So
책상처럼
in
생긴 가구가
inZOI,
있는데 이
there's
가구를
there are
선택하시고
stalls. You
제가
click
게임
on it,
속에서 주운
and
희귀한 돌멩이
if there are
또는
any
낚시로 잡은 물고기
rocks
이런
or
것들을 갖다
fish that
책상에 이렇게 올려놓으시고
you have
To have the ability to have a little shop that we can set up, and this is all in the early access base
selling
game.
something at a
Like,
shop,
있으니까 제가 아마
so you can
it
utilize
looked
that
like a
feature.
green
시간에
screen, low
상점을
key.
넣을 수는 있을 것
We
같습니다.
may be
상점이
able to add
Probably. Maybe
shops
because
in
it
the
was
near
just so
future.
crisp.
Okay,
그렇습니다. 네.
네, 좋습니다.
that's
I
great.
like
We
it.
have
다음 질문
plans for it.
넘어가면
Okay, let's move on to the next
뉴월드님께서
question.
준비해 주셨는데
We have New World
질문을 듣고
asking the
제가
next
답변을
question.
드리도록 하겠습니다.
So let's hear that, and I'll
Oh,
summarize the
New
question
World.
for
I
you.
enjoy their
New World is a
content.
simulation game created from the United States, and here is my question. Will there be any implementation of graphical upgrades in the future? Features like DLSS4 or the new Unreal Engine 5 lighting mechanics that look to improve performance while also having really good looking environments.
네, 지난 플레이 테스트에 참여해 주신
Okay,
뉴월드님이셨는데
so New World,
그 당시에도
he
좀
participated
확실히
in
좀
the
다른데
last
좀
playtest
그래픽
as well.
카드나 이런 부분에서 되게 자부심이 있으셔가지고 그 저희 그래픽
You were
세팅에서도 항상
really
모든 옵션을 다 키고 되게 예쁜
confident
이제
about
시각화를
the
만드시려고 되게
graphical
노력하시는 것 같고
elements.
또 질문도 또 그렇게
And
어울리시는 것 같네요.
I
이제
think he's asking
그래픽적으로 어떤
questions
개선
about
사항이
that as
계획되어
well.
있으신지
So what do
모르시는데
you
이제
what are
예시로
your
몇 가지
plans
주신
for
게 이제
this?
DLS 중에서 DLS4를
He
혹시 이제
mentioned
나중에 추가 계획이 있으신지
DLS4.
그리고 뭐 언리얼
If you
5에
have plans to
쓰시고
add
있다
that,
보니까
and you're
거기에 다양한
using
이제 라이팅
Unreal Engine
기술들도
5.
계획
정말 정확한 질문이신데요.
That's a
이제
great question, New
DLS3고
World.
아직 4를 현재 연구 단계에 있습니다.
We are using
적용되지 않았고요.
DLSS3 at the
대신에
moment, and
이제
we're researching
Ooh.
아쉬움이 있었던
DLSS4.
부분이 있었습니다.
And
게임 안에서 저희가
I
My
had
2060 Super
an
just
element that was
sighed.
lacking.
네.
There are
그림자가
shadows here.
생기면 훨씬 더 그림이 아름답습니다. 그래서
If
인조를
you
해보시면
have
이제
shadows and
커스터마이즈
shades,
화면과
it
게임
makes
안의
the
화면이
scene
조금
more
다를 수
beautiful.
있는데 왜냐하면 저희는 최적화를 열심히 하고 있어서
We're doing
게임 안에는
optimization,
그림자를 많이 꺼놨습니다.
so we've
그래서
turned
실내에
off a
들어갔을
lot of
때
shadows
그림자가 없는 게 좀 부족하실 수 있는데
indoors.
하지만 이번에도 또 마침
So it might
그림자가 있는
not look
라이트를 5개
that great,
넣었습니다.
오,
그래서
but
한번 유월드님께서
we
한번
have
그런 라이트를
5
이용해서
areas
멋진
where
Yeah.
한국에서 시뮬레이션
Oh, they have their
hello, I'm a
ZOI that they're
simulation
streaming
game YouTuber
with.
called
But yeah, they
𝒯𝒾𝓂𝓏.
have their own
My
app. They're no
question
longer
is
able to access
about
Twitch.
how ZOIs die.
현실에서는
I think a
죽음을
lot of
직접
people
경험할 수가
are
없기
interested
때문에
in the
게임
different
속에서
ways of
다양한
dying in the
죽음의
game
방식에
because we
관심을
can't
가지는 분들이
experience
많은 것
death
같아요.
in real life.
저도 한번 조이의
I
죽음을
experienced
경험을
death
했는데 그
once
과정이 꽤
while playing inZOI,
흥미로웠었거든요.
and I found the
조이
process
죽고
quite
나서
interesting.
죽으면 정신적인
There was a
스트레스를
relatively
받고
realistic flow of mental stress coming from unmet needs,
I
which
just
led to
love the face
counseling
tracking
sessions at the
feature.
hospital, and so on. It took quite a bit of time for the ZOI to die of extremely unsatisfied needs. Are there any other types of death in the game?
기장의 이제 가장 핵심적인 기능 중 하나가 사망인데요.
One of
인조이
the
안에
biggest
또
features in
다양한
this game is
사망이
death.
어떻게 보면
In
Yes,
inZOI, we have a lot
I
of
love
different
it.
kinds of death
그러니까
because life comes with
인조이
death.
안에서는 일단
In
We're gonna
inZOI,
figure them all out.
You could go to the bathroom, and if you slip,
사망하실 수도 있고요.
you might
또는 이제
die.
오래된 음식을 이제
Or if
드시면
you
화장실에
eat
가게 되고
some
사망할 수도 있습니다.
old food, you
그리고
might have to
그
go to the
외에도 이제
bathroom and
전자제품
again
Me
구매하다
too.
보시다
die.
보시면
And when you
감전사실
fix
수 있어요.
broken
그러니까
down
주의하셔야
electronics,
됩니다.
you might get
그리고
electrocuted,
제가
so you need to
그
be careful.
확률을 낮게 놓았는데 이상하게
And
전자제품에서 고장이 나요.
I
그래서
made made the
걱정이 좀 됩니다.
chance really
이번
low,
미드를
but
들으면서
actually
그 외에도
electronics can
수없이
very
많은
often
한
break down.
16가지 정도
We
사망이
also
있고요.
have 16
대표적으로
different
인조이만에
types of
있는
deaths.
사망이 무엇이냐라고 하면 첫
Okay,
But one
16
thing
deaths.
that
I'm gonna write that
I can
인정 욕구에 대한
say
사망이 있습니다.
that
제가 이
only
욕구를
exists in
때
inZOI
되게
is
고민을 많이
dying
했는데요.
from the
현대
need for
사회를 살다
recognition.
보면 많은 사람들이
When
다른
in the
사람의
modern
인정
world,
이런 것들을
you
통해서 이제 아무래도
find a
충격감을
lot
느끼게
of
되는데
people
이런 것들이
feel
비슷하게 반영된
fulfilled
거라고 보시면
from being
됩니다.
recognized by
예를
others,
들어서
and this
제가
death
어디
reflects
가서
that. For example,
인조이 안에서 누군가랑 막 싸운
in
거예요.
inZOI,
그래서
let's say
그게
I fought
소문이
with someone,
돌아서
and
인조이
that rumor
안에서는
spread
저에게 올 수 있어요. 어떻게 돌아오냐면
and came back to
문자를
me.
받게 되거나
I could get
혹은
a text
다른
message
친구가
about
저한테
it,
이렇게
or a friend of mine
소문에 대해서 얘기해 주게 돼요.
could
근데
tell me
그때
about the rumor.
만약에 저한테 부정적인 소문이 퍼지면
Then, if
말씀드린 어떤
issues, and so
소문이나
we
이
kind of made this
SNS는 저희가
an
통제하는 것은
allegory of
아닙니다. 제가
sorts.
몇 번
It's not very
말씀드렸지만
direct.
시뮬레이션이 자동으로 되는 거고 온 도시에서
We have,
시스템적으로 퍼져나가는
like I
거에
reiterate,
하나입니다.
we have
그리고
a
마지막으로
simulation,
얘기
and
드릴
like
뭐
deaths,
대표적인
and
인조의
this type of
사망은
thing is a part of the
자동차에
game.
이렇게 충돌하시면
Another thing I
사망합니다.
wanted to mention
사람이 이렇게
about deaths is that you
장난치다가
could get
그래서
hit
아마
by
자동차는
cars,
좀 조심하셔야 됩니다.
so you might want to be careful
함부로
around
장난 안
cars.
나가는
네,
것을 이제
맞습니다.
게임을 통해서 배우게 되는데.
Yeah, you learn through the game that
네, 그러면 다음
you should
질문
be afraid of death, I
넘어가겠는데요.
guess.
이제 에마 니콜
We have another
님께서
question
마침
from
또
Emma
운전 관련
Nicole.
질문이라고 하시네요.
Oh, it's
그래가지고
actually a question
들어보고
about
본인의
cars and
답변도
driving.
들어보도록 하겠습니다.
Let's hear her question.
Hi, I am Emma Nicole, a gaming content creator from the UK. So, drivable cars have been a hot topic in the inZOI community. So, what challenges did you face implementing them? And ultimately, what led to your decision on how cars function in gameplay?
역시 인플루언서님이시다 보니까
Yeah.
그 다른 분들이 관심사에 대해서
Influencers
되게 언급을 많이 해주신 것 같아요. 그래가지고
really
말씀
know
주신 게
about what
지난 플레이
hot topics
테스트에서
are
이제
in the
영상을
community.
이제 공개하면서
So as we
유저들
were
사이에서 엄청난 관심을
releasing
가졌던 게 진짜 그 차량과
gameplay from
운전인데
the
이게
previous
인생
build,
시리즈 게임의
the hot
흔히
topic
볼수
was
있는
cars
기능이다 보니까
and driving.
생각하시는
It's
게
actually
아마
very common to see
개발자분들도
these types
이거를
of things in
만드셨을 때
life
조금 어려운
simulations.
점이 많으셨을 것
And
같다라는 그 예상을 하셨나 봐요.
I
그리고
think they were
혹시 실제로 그렇게
expecting,
어려움이
or
있으셨다면
MS is a difficult feature to implement.
막 이렇게 시뮬레이션이 되거든요.
Yeah, actually, we
Yeah, I
have
even
300
researched
cars
it.
in the city.
Cars are hard.
At first, we were
그러다
very
보니까
naive in implementing this
상상해보신 이런
feature.
건데 저희가 운전을 할 때는
When you
어느 한쪽이 길어지면 다른 쪽은
and
불편해지는
the
거죠.
we have pedestrian signals
제가
too. But
운전할
if the
때
traffic lights
내내 신호등이
are
녹색이
green
되면
for a long time, then the
저희들은
pedestrian
횡단보도 앞에
signals are
잔뜩
short.
모여서
So
길을
if the
못
traffic
건너게
lights are
되죠.
always green when you're
반대로
driving your
저희들이
car, then the
빨리
ZOIs
신호등을
will just
건너게
gather in
해야
front
되고
of the crosswalk and they won't be able to cross.
그래서 이 문제를
And
해결하는 게 너무
vice
어려웠어요.
versa
그리고
for
해결이 안
longer
돼가지고
pedestrian signals.
어떤 이런 교통 시스템에 대한 거를 찾아보러
So
갔더니
I looked up
비슷하게 쓰는 게
traffic
있더라고요.
systems
그래서
and implement in the
My
game, but
worst
of course there's still a lot of
nightmare,
room for
getting a
improvement.
traffic
Unfortunately,
ticket.
driving is an experimental
옵션에
feature.
들어가셔서
So if you want to like
실험
manually
기능을
drive your car,
활성화하시면
you
이제
can
수동
turn
운전이
on the
가능하시고요.
experimental
그러지
feature
않으면
to
좀
test it
자동
out.
운전으로만
If
이동할 수
not,
있다는
you can
점을
Speaking of
only
cars, that
drive
is a very loud car
through
outside my
auto
분들
driving.
window.
입장에서는
Sorry.
이걸 좀 오해하실 수 있으니까
Then
제가
players
정확하게 말씀드려야 되는 게
might
수동
misunderstand, so let
운전이
me
있긴
kind
있지만
of summarize what
이거를
you
이제
said.
하려면 이제
So we have
활성화하려면
manual
옵션이
driving,
따로 들어가야
but you
된다는
have to
말씀을
go to the
말씀드려야
game
되겠다.
options and turn it on for you to
그러면 이제
enjoy that feature.
다음 질문도 영상으로
Yes.
또 준비됐다고 하니까
We
어떤
have a
질문인지 한번
next
들어보도록
video,
하겠습니다.
so let us hear that.
大家好，我是inZOI
，Hi,
专栏
I'm
正的佐伊，
Zoe from
是来
the
自中国的
official
模拟游戏创
inZOI
作者。
China fan page.
从去年
I'm a
4世纪开
simulation
始
game
就一
creator
直在
based
追
in
踪
China.
inZOI。
I've
我
been
非常
following
喜欢这
inZOI
款游
since the
戏。
play test last
最
year.
近在玩游
I
戏的
really
过
loved
程
the
中想
game.
到一个问题，
Recently, while
就是
playing the
inZOI
game,
为
I
了
had a
推出
question.
联机功能
Are
的
there
强
any
化，
plans to
因为
introduce
那么
multiplayer
具
in
体
Her
的
Zoe is
inZOI?
so
是怎么
cute.
强
And
化的呢？
if so,
Yes,
how do you envision the
multiplayer,
multiplayer feature to
multiplayer.
work?
네, 제가 중국어를 이해하는
Please.
사람이
The
아니어가지고
people
Well,
want
actually,
it.
사전에
I don't
이게
understand
번역된 걸
Chinese,
제가
so
가져와서
we
이거
got
읽어드리도록
this
하겠습니다.
pre-translated. Let me
저
read that.
참 많은 분들의
네.
관심사인 것 같은 게
I believe a lot of people
인조이는
are
앞으로 이제
interested
멀티플레이 개념, 이제
in
온라인 멀티플레이
this,
Oh,
말씀드리는데
yes.
그
like
기능을
online
Love a breakdown.
multiplayer.
계획이
Does
있으실까요?
inZOI have
만약에
plans to
있으시다면
release
좀
online
구체적으로
multiplayer?
어떤 식으로
If
계획을 하고
so,
계시는지 궁금하십니다.
how do you envision
일단
that
인조이를
feature
개발하면서
to
정말
work?
멀티플레이에 대한 질문을 너무나 많이 받았어요.
Yes, we've received a
그
lot
이유가
of
뭘까
questions
생각해보니까
about the multiplayer
제가
in
한
ZOI.
20여
I thought
년
about
넘게
why, And
MMORPG를
I've been
만들어서 그런 것
thinking
같아요. 예, 아무래도
maybe it's
MMORPG가
because I've
멀티플레이다
built
보니까 그러실 수도
MMORPGs
있고,
for the past
또는 이제 이
20 or
장르의
so years.
유저분들이 멀티플레이를 정말 기대하신다면
if our
그인 것
players
같기도 합니다.
really
네네네.
anticipate
저는 이제
multiplayer,
얼리
maybe
액세스
that's
시작하면서
why.
생각했던 게 하나가
One thing I was thinking about our
월드 플레이에
early
대해서
access
유저분들이
release
정말 간절히
was
원하시거나 많은
that
요구사항을
if we get a
한다면
lot of feedback
그
and
내용을
demands from our
구체적으로
players on
들어서
multiplayer,
개발하려고
Okay,
then
everybody
maybe we
run
could
it
get
up.
more specific ideas and start
Run it
implementing.
up. Everybody
What do you mean
join
by
the
specific?
Discord. Let them know we want
Since
multiplayer.
I'm an expert on
만약에
subjects,
이제
let me
이름을
elaborate.
들었어요.
And
같이 들어온
simulations
사람들한테 막
running,
전파를 해야
and
되거든요.
all of that
이게
needs to be
너무
sent to all of the
부담스럽더라고요.
people in
그러게요.
multiplayer.
만약에 여러분들이
That's
그런 게
actually a lot of
아니라
pressure and a big load.
내 집에 조엘님이 와서 우리 집을 구경만
If you're
한다.
not looking for that, then maybe we
책상을
could
낼
have
수는 없어요.
me
구경만
inviting
한다.
Joel to this room.
그러면 이제 뭐 저랑
Then
채팅을
I
한다.
can open a desk drawer and you can
저와
know.
같이 뭐
Or we could like
어떤
chat
뭐
together.
제 행동을 본다.
Or
이런
you
정도를
could look
만드는
at
거는
what I'm
훨씬
doing, like my
저희가
motions.
쉽게
If
또
we could
빠른
do something
시간에
like
개발을
that
할 수가
Little
on
off
a
topic,
smaller
but you're
scale, then
always
that
so
could be
amazed how
implemented.
technology makes so many things possible.
Then you might not be
Like we're
able
watching a
to
live stream
do
about a game
interactions
developed
together,
across the world. Exactly,
but
challenge.
if you can
Like,
just implement like
많은 분들이
knowing what the other
요구하시면
player is
꼭
doing,
개발하고
that's
싶고요.
I'm
easy.
so glad I get
그래서
to,
Yeah,
you know,
it's easier.
experience this
So
birth of
if
new
you could
technology
please
in my
give us
lifetime.
more
얼마
specific
전까지
ideas, then we
PDA
will
부분이
look at them.
있었잖아요. 그래서 아마
I think
I've
their
been writing
multiplayer should be a
Cajun's
standalone
concerns.
game.
Maybe I'll start writing something like Cajun's hopes or Cajun's remorse. Okay, hope it doesn't turn to Cajun's remorse.
여러분들이 남겨주시면 그
Yeah, we'll
방향에
keep
맞춰서
communicating with the
개발을
community.
준비하도록
So
하겠습니다.
please give us a lot of ideas and we'll start doing that. So to summarize, multiplayer is possible, but we do need guidance from the players on what direction we want to go
I want to be able
for the
to do
multiplayer feature.
multiplayer with
So
like,
please
you
send us
know,
feedback. That would
a
really help
group of
Cajun a
10
lot.
friends and just
Next question is
role
from
play
France.
together or something. I would love to see
and
that.
NS. Let's watch the video.
Hello from France.
I'm Luque. I'm a French creator on Twitch and YouTube. I'm playing a lot of games, simulation games, survival games, and more.
1 second.
I'm NS or Noémie Stinguette. I'm on YouTube and Twitch and I play test in August, so we're glad to be able to ask you directly some questions.
How much drama can we expect in a game? Player loves tension and conflict in gameplay. To what extent can we be mean to the 𝐻𝒶𝓅𝓅𝓎? And on the other hand, how can we be?
Will these events unfold naturally? For example, can cheating, behavioral changes, or other relationship twists happen on their own? Can a 𝐻𝒶𝓅𝓅 have a career in a mischievous
Not always peaceful. There's some conflict, like betrayal and stuff. There's the spicy stuff in life. And when you presented, I recall you said you were very interested in this. Is there anything? Yeah, previously, when I was talking with Joel, you could specifically tell whether you liked me or hated me or not. But now we've kind of made it more vague, so you can infer the relationship. You can pick up on information through these conversations and try to infer the relationship. Another thing we added is, not sure if this will translate well, but we have really severe ups and downs. So, I mean, 𝐻𝒶𝓅s could suddenly go out in the street and like yell. Like, I kind of wanted to do that, but I think we succeeded in adding some of those interactions. I mean, it doesn't really suit you, I think, because I've always taken you to be a calm person. Yeah, maybe I'm expressing that in the game. So if you play inZOI and you click on your 𝐻𝒶𝓅, you can do actions on your own. For example, if I'm with a friend and suddenly I'm angry, or I could tell people to get out of my room, then the 𝐻𝒶𝓅s would get surprised and just leave the room. I wanted to add a lot of features that makes these relationships dramatic. Yeah, and there was actually also a more specific question. What you mentioned was your 𝐻𝒶𝓅, being able to control
Sorry
your
about
𝐻𝒶𝓅.
that.
But what
There was a
about
knock at the door.
other 𝐻𝒶𝓅s? Can other
Botrick,
𝐻𝒂s
stop
also
lying to
kind of
people. This channel is not
suddenly lose it?
monetized.
Let's say
Don't pay
we're a
Botricks
couple.
any mind.
We're
Botricks, whatever
married.
it's called. Botricks.
questions as
Okay.
well, but we have one more question from an influencer. We'll watch that video and then move on to the live.
Should I open the chat? Do you guys want to ask questions
Hello,
together
I'm
and I can put them in the
𝒂𝓃𝓅𝓎
chat
here
and
as
see if they get
inZOI. I'm a
answered?
YouTuber based in Korea, specializing in life simulation games and building games. I love games that involve decorating spaces.
Actually, I do
so
have
when
a
I played
question. Let me
inZOI,
see.
I enjoyed walking around 𝒃𝓏 and Bliss Bay as if I was traveling or taking drives
Let me
with
get my
my car.
question ready.
I especially found there were all these details even in the small alleys
Am I
and
not
tiny
subscribed to the
decorations.
inZOI channel on my other? Nope,
Did
I'm
you
not. Okay.
make on-site
Well,
surveys to design the maps, or do you have any personal favorite places that you incorporated? I'm
oh
curious to know
no.
if there were any special
Okay, I'm gonna ask for
considerations
my
or stories
phone.
behind the creation of the maps, and if there are any hidden Easter eggs or unique places you could give us hints to look out for.
정말 재밌는 질문인데요.
Wow, this is a
사실
fun
이렇게
question to
개발자가
answer.
이제 게임을 만들 때 뭔가
When
여러
developers
도시를 이렇게
make
탐방하고 그래서
games, you might
역시
imagine
인조이
that
세계라는
we
여기가 딱 맞겠구나
visit
해서
a lot
만든
of
것은
different
아니고요.
cities
네.
and
My
pick
question
one,
is, I want
but
to
we did not
know
get to do that.
if their face
�𝓏
tracking
in
software would
inZOI
ever
was just
become.
based on my
Oh,
neighborhood.
now I can.
So it's not an Easter egg per se, but in a corner of 𒃃𝓏, you might be able to find the house that I live in. You can't really interact with it, but it is there.
실제로 인조이 게임 안에는 이스터 에그가 있습니다.
And we do have
그래서 한번
Easter eggs
구석구석을
in the game.
들어가 보시면
So if
아마
you
이상한
explore
펜더도 있으실 거예요.
a lot, you might
또는
find
이렇게
some
뭔가
odd signs.
너무 말씀드리면 안 되는데 이제
Or
폴리스
I don't find
모드를
funny
YouTuber
decorations
feature
around.
while
We
그랬고요.
really tried our
streaming
best to
inZOI.
add
I
these
mean, I'll
odds
be
and
도시를
bits.
mostly
꾸미는 거
cam
이상으로
streaming,
어떤
but
게임의
You
I
can
just
also,
wanted to
we also
know.
worked on going beyond decorating the city, but also adding lore.
아마 곳곳을 돌아다니면서 그런
Okay, I
So
asked our
if
first
you
question. If anybody
explore
else has a
a lot,
question, let me
you
know.
might be able to pick
Should
up
I
on the
skip
lore.
forward? We're like
Books
1
here.
minute behind.
We'll try to answer as many questions as possible, but due to limited time, we might not be able to answer a lot of them. We'll do our best though.
Oh, somebody said uninstalling The Sims
So
4. Be
there
nice,
was one
guys.
question that caught
Goodness.
my eye.
이제 크리에이트 스튜디오 이제 열었잖아요.
We've
그
opened
열게 되면
Creative
거기서
Studio
만드는
demo.
이제 크리에이션을
The
창작물을
creations from the
그거를
demo.
이제 본 버전에서 본
맞습니다.
게임에서
네.
이어서
Can
플레이할 수 있는
we
가능합니다.
play them
대신에 그
in
만드신
the
것들이
early
세이브
access
파일로
release
돼
or the
있는데 그
full
세이브
release?
파일이 약간 오류가 나실 수 있습니다.
Yes, you
왜냐면
can,
저희가
but
계속
you
개발하다
their
보니까
save
버전
file
차이가
might
나면
encounter
오류가
an
있는데
error if
캔버스에
they're a
올려놓으시면
different version.
캐릭터라든가
But if you
건물들은
upload
충분히
them to
이동하실 수
Canvas,
있으니까
you can move
이번
them
데모 때 즐겁게
to
즐기시고
the new
또
releases. So
28일
please
때도 계속 이어서
enjoy the
즐겨주시기
demo,
바랍니다.
and also you can continue to
Okay, yeah,
play
everybody
on
make sure
early
you put
access.
your toys on
그러니까
Canvas
요즘
Next question.
AI로
so you don't lose them.
NPC들과
These
대화하는
days,
기능들이 있는데
there are a
이걸
lot
저
of
다른
functions being
게임에서도 저도 본
implemented in
적이
games
있었거든요.
where
혹시
they use
이거
AI for
지금 인조에는
conversations.
없겠지만 나중에라도 이렇게
We don't
직접
have it in inZOI
조이들과
yet,
말로
but do
구두로
you have
대화하는 기능을
plans
찾을
to
생각이
kind of
있으실까요?
그럼요. 저희가 그걸
be able to
검토하고
speak?
I don't know.
verbally
If
as
my
well?
Zoi's friends
Yeah, sure.
start like
If
having
you
AI
have a good
combos,
hard
I'm gonna
drive
be freaked out.
performance,
실험 기능으로 즐기실
we
수가
have the
있으세요.
Smart
네.
ZOI
28일 이후에
feature
이제
as
어렵게
experimental
보내잖아요.
feature.
그리고 또 그 기능 중에
And
일부분이 아까 말씀하신 것처럼 뭐 대화
Like
We
if they start
can-
talking back, I'm gonna get creeped out. I don't know.
conversations with
Base, I don't mind. But if it's like an AI voice, I don't know about that.
inZOI will be most effective in doing something like this because inZOI has information on all
sorry.
the objects that are in the screen that are being simulated. The cities in the build, the cities in the build can be expanded. There will be added areas like the department store. That's what I really want to put into one. So that's a sneak peek.
A
don't
department
want to
store.
just
Oh,
add land
that's
spaces.
so cool.
We want to add more functional areas like the department store example I gave. Okay, so next question is about the base system we have.
관계가 깊어질수록
Are there any changes that will occur as the ZOI relationship matures? How about friendship? What if friendships get older? What happens? Okay, I think I'm pretty confident about this feature. As you have older and deeper relationship with your friend, you'll have different levels of conversations you can have. Let me give you an example with the engagement. So if you meet a friend when you get engaged, your friend might say something like this: "Are you really going through with this marriage?"
What a hater.
It's a thing that a
Imagine your
close
friend
friend
just
can
being
only
like,
say,
"Are you
right?
sure you want to
So
get
this type
married?"
of new
Excuse me?
conversations might arise. And we are trying to really add more depth into relationship feature with webcam. Okay, so we have a really great facial capture system. We have more than 100 bones in the face, and we have very intricate movements in the face. What you saw on the
100
screen
bones in the face. That's
before,
neat.
and in case of the motion capture, it doesn't matter what kind of webcam you use. It could be the camera on your PC. And I didn't show it to you today, but you can also take pictures using this combination. I think there was a scene in the video that you showed. I think influencers can also
Wait,
use
I wonder if I can try to make my ZOI
the
look
characters
more.
that they
Maybe like
create
shake a little booty
and
cheek. I
use
want to see if that's
features
possible.
so they can use the
With the motion
webcam
capture.
to get their motion.
I'll make sure I close the
and
blinds so
you can use an
my
iPhone
neighbors don't
to
see
do the
me
facial capture.
twerking into
Okay.
my webcam.
And there's a
go.
really good question.
It's kind of embarrassing.
You don't have to answer this,
인조이가 만약 성공한다면
but just hear me out.
콜라보 해보고 싶은 브랜드나
If
제품이 있다면 어떤 게 있을까요?
inZOI is
특정
a
브랜드
success,
말씀하시긴 좀 위험하시면 좀
do you have any
어떤
collaborations that you want to
카테고리,
have?
어떤 그런 것들이 이게 관심이
You can
있으신
mention
우리가
categories if you don't want to
궁금한 거
mention
같아요.
brand names. I'm really
I
curious
would
about
love
this
for them
one.
to
Okay.
have a clothing collab with like a
A lot
designer.
of different brands approached us for collaborations actually. We were too busy with preparing for early access, and so got approached by a lot of jewelry brands as well. I like jewelry personally, so we can show jewelry in a lot of detail. So I think I would like to collaborate with.
Oh my gosh, are we getting a Tiffany's collab? Am I gonna have like
Please,
a big
thank
old
you.
Tiffany's pendant on my ZOI? Because don't play with me.
Now we have another good question.
지금은 early access를 이번에 출시하는
So
거잖아요.
this will be sure at this moment. I've said this multiple times, but I think inZOI
I
has a
feel like
long way
this
to
might
go.
be in early access
And
maybe for like a year or two. Because
we
based on their
are taking early
roadmap,
access very seriously.
they have a lot that they want to
And
accomplish. And I feel like
I
like a
would
2-year
love
goal.
for the full launch to be in the near future, but I want to wait until everyone agrees with me that we are ready to go with the full launch. So are you saying that you need the players' permission?
좀 이상하죠, 그렇게 하시면.
Yeah, I think we have to all agree that
좋습니다. 뭐
and be on the same page about this. Okay.
저희의 어쨌든 목표가
So
계속
nothing's set in
게임을
stone, and your
유저분들과 함께
goal
소통하면서
is
이렇게
to really
개발해나가면서
communicate with
발전해서
the players
유저들
and
괜찮다고 하실
complete
때,
the game.
네,
And
유저들
you want to
괜찮다고
wait
하실 때
until
그때 이제
the
완성된
players
모델.
are
이런
okay
표현은
with you.
네.
Okay, let me put it this way. So if I can say with confidence we have core fans, I think that's when we can do the full launch. Okay, that sounds reasonable.
I really love
Okay,
that they
there's
consider
another
us,
question
like,
right
that's so
after that
sweet.
question.
네.
I don't know if I can ask this question, but let me go ahead.
비행기 같은 기능들
How
그러니까
about airplanes?
날아다니는 그
Can we
Airplanes.
expect
뭐 차가 있는 것만으로도
flying
이미
objects?
대단한데
I mean,
그 이제
it's great
살짝
that
그
we have cars
날아다니는 것도
already, but
또 이제
can we
인조의 또
expect
그래픽이랑 또
other
상상하면 이제 어마어마할 것
flying
같거든요. 이런
objects
것들이 뭐
Airplanes.
있을지 이제
Let's
have any
not get
plans
too crazy.
about
예전에 이제
gliding
룸 만들면서
feature?
이미 해봐서
Hey, Keijun, how about if we
비행기까지는 못해도
enable people to glide?
자연스럽게
Glide?
떨어지는
How
화면을
about
만드는
if we
거는
allow
네, 뭐 가능할
free
수도 있고요.
falling,
네. 비행기는
slowly free
좀
falling
어려울
from
것
the building?
같습니다.
좀 질문이 저희가 다른 채널을
Okay,
통해서도
so
그 살짝 언급한 적이 있었는데
this has been
이번
mentioned in
기회를
a
통해서
different
좀 더
channel,
상세하게 말씀 주시면
but
좋을 것
I think
같아가지고
we should
이거
mention this
관심이 있어가지고
anyways.
여쭤보면
So
감옥에 갈
here
수도
we go.
있나요? 굉장히
Can
간단
you
질문.
also go
감옥에 갈
to
수가
the jail?
있는데요. 감옥에
Yes, you can.
가셔서
Jail,
갇히면
yes.
여러분들이
Give
막 할
me
수 없는
jail.
You
Give
are
me
방법이 있고요.
prison.
그래서
stuck in
Give
jail.
me orange
주무실 수도 있고,
jumpsuit.
You
견딜
can
수는 있는데
eat and
너무
sleep
감옥에
and
완전히 갇혀서 못 나오게 해놓진 않았어요.
have your daily life
여러
there, but
시스템들이 간섭하다 보면 탈주가 가능하게
you
돼요.
could actually
그래서 저희가
break out
그거를
of jail as
네,
well.
내부에서 회의를 많이
Wait, you can
했는데
break out of
절대 못
prison?
나오게 해야
What?
돼라는 개발팀의 일부가 있었고
네.
The dev
아니 탈주를
team
해도
members,
그것도
some of
재밌는데 왜
them
막아요? 이런
said
사람이 있어서
we have
현재는
to
감옥에
limit
있고
them
감옥에 갈 수 있습니다.
into
어떻게
being
하시냐면
confined in
나쁜
the
짓을 많이
jail.
하시면 돼요. 그러면
But
이제 결찰관이
some
오고
said that
감옥에
jailbreak
지시게
should be
되고
possible.
그러면
So
이제 감옥에서
we met in the middle
몇 시간
ground,
동안
and
있어야
it is
되고요.
sort of
네,
possible.
시간이 끝나면
And
나오시게 됩니다. 네.
알겠습니다.
네.
yes, you can go to jail.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for my Zoe to go to jail.
I guess this can
It's gonna be
also
so
develop over time.
exciting.
질문도
Yes.
이것도 확실히 그
Okay, let's go to the next
특정
question.
유저분들이 굉장히 관심 많으신 질문이어가지고 뱀파이어나
Okay,
늑대인간 같은
vampires,
초현실적인
네.
werewolves,
판타지 계열의 이제
any kind
존재들
of
업데이트에
fantastical
대한 계획이 있으신가요?
beings
Oh, I'm
that
just
will be
seeing the
available in the
Twitch
game.
chat. I'm so sorry, guys.
I think I
네.
unofficially showed
Kristen,
a video.
AK, hello.
뱀파이어요.
I created a vampire Zoe.
Yeah, I've been multi-streaming. Sorry, guys.
막 본인이 만든 걸 막 올리시고 하는데
Our team members like to share what they create in the game, and one of the team members had a vampire, and it was very interesting to me. So I think
Yeah, I'll be
as
restreaming
we
to
are
Twitch, but YouTube is my
pretty
main
much done
platform.
with
I don't
the
think
access
Twitch really likes
phase,
me.
we can start
I
adding
don't
things
know.
like that.
Ever since I
We can
stopped streaming
definitely have
roleplay, it's
fantastical
just
elements
like
in the
I'm
game.
here in the void. So I do
Okay,
appreciate
and
when you guys do show up
We
here to
can
Twitch.
actually
I'm so
change
sorry.
the skin color to extreme
I'm new to
degrees, right?
multi-streaming, so I
You
did
can
not see the comments. So I can watch you stream.
So
No,
you
I love you.
talked about the idol
Most gone to Kick or TikTok.
featured ones.
Yeah, I've been thinking of
Is it
restreaming
possible
on
to
TikTok.
implement it and
Hold on, I
even
don't want
have
to overtalk
concerts?
them. I'm not gonna lie, like I have my multi-stream set up for Facebook. Oh, I'm starting to get the ick again. Sorry. I have it set up for Facebook. I have it set up for Twitter. I have it set up for Instagram, and I think did I say TikTok? But when I went to launch it, I'm using the Stream Elements multi-streamer, and when I went to relaunch it today, there were like multiple duplicates of every scene. So I'm gonna have to reach out and report this bug to Stream Elements because it keeps duplicating the scenes and it keeps duplicating the sources. So when I launched OBS, my CPU was at like 90%. So I was kind of having a panic. So I just decided to stream to TikTok
with
to
K-pop
Twitch
idols
and
can be jobs, right?
YouTube today. Ooh.
Right. So
그 안에 이제 아이돌로 성장한 캐릭터가
yeah, I'm gonna be
나중에
having
이제
chicken
조언이
broth
어떤
for the
무대에
next like
서서
2-3
I
days. I
think
really don't have
K-pop
time.
idols
I don't know what.
under
Sorry
Adam
again for the low
Entertainment,
energy.
좀 많이
and
부탁드립니다.
Some old man called Dante ugly.
we
Well, they're ugly on the
have
inside.
plans to
They're
develop
not
it,
trying
but
to.
정말
questions to
오늘
us
너무 많은 분들이
anytime.
와주셔서 깜짝 놀랐습니다. 사실 제가
K-Jun,
한
closing
24년,
remarks.
25년 차
Thank you,
게임
everyone.
개발자인데요. 이렇게 많은 분들 앞에서
I have been
게임을
developing
발표한 건
games
정말 처음인 것
for
같습니다.
over 20 years, but it's
특히 이제
first
제가
time for
게임을
me
낸다는
to
거는 이제
stand
게임
in front
업계에는
of you
이런
like
비유가
this,
있어요.
and
게임을
it's
마음을 좀 이렇게
actually really touching for me
그래서
to
제가
introduce
올림피스를
inZOI to
출시하는데
all of you
뭐
like
그
this.
무엇보다
And
This is really
여러분들하고
heartwarming.
계속 여러분의 얘기를 귀담아 듣고
I promise you that I will keep
지속적으로
listening to
게임을
you
완성해서
and I
정말
will
세계
do my
최고의
best
작품이 되도록 만들겠습니다.
to create the
그러면
best
부디
life
인조이를
simulation
사랑해
game.
주시고요.
please join me.
Kind of miss role playing, not
And
gonna lie.
I hope we enjoy inZOI together. Thank you.
This was so good. This was so good. So I'll have some closing remarks. I'm not going to say too much. I'm not going to stay around and stream for a while either. My stream days are going to be Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Sometimes Monday. Ever. Hey. Oh, not me acting like I know this song. Let me go before I say something dumb. I don't know this song. I've never heard the song before today. I don't know the words. Anyway, about to get myself caught up. Fix his wig. About to be caught out here. No, I miss you, Juan. So I think from this, AJ, thank you. That's my first time ever hearing the song today. I don't know why I would act as if I know the words. Anyway, awkward. I think that this game is very promising. I really hope that people give it a lot of grace. It is early access. I think people really need to stop comparing it to The Sims 4, because if you're comparing it to a game that has tenure in this genre, like that The Sims 4 has been around for 4 generations of a game, and then there was SimCity. No disrespect to them, but there have been other life simulation games that are in early access, still don't have a release date, and I just feel like they're not too transparent about the roadmap. But the fact that we're getting so much information and we know what to expect, and they're just, being fully upfront with us as a community, and then listening to Car, please. I could barely talk as loud as it is. Must you be so loud? But yeah, the fact that they're willing to listen to their community and take our feedback into consideration. Ignore my dog. Aria has the zoomies. I hope she doesn't think that we're about to have a play session. Right now, normally we would be like playing and going to do our thing out in the old word, but Mama is about to pop another. What is this? What is the name of this? Bismuth subsilicate. Mama's about to pop 2 more of those. You gonna go outside for like 5 minutes, and I'm taking my butt to bed. But anyway, please ignore her zoomies in the background. Like she's been going through it today, poor baby. But yeah, I think that they're being really innovative, trying to make sure that I'm saying the right things here. I think that there's more than just the life simulation game that they're changing up. They're changing up, the way that you communicate with the people that are purchasing your game. The fact that they're not charging what they would a full price for the game up through early access is very smart, because the usual thing is that they'll charge you a lot of money up front for early access, and then you have to wait for the game. But in this case, the game is moderately priced. It's very affordable. And then, we get the free, but the price of starting that up, I was talking about that in this video that you see right here, but the price of becoming a VTuber is super expensive to get something customized, rigged, the whole work. So I think that they're changing up more than just life simulation, and I can't wait for us all to get to play it. But I am on bended knees, so I will bid you all farewell. Hopefully I will see you later this week. Please keep, me in good thoughts and help me rebuke this ick. And I will see you guys soon. So thank you so much, Juan, AJ. Why isn't it showing my multi-chat? Shallon, Athena, the Rose, confirm the cults. Yeah, very excited. Aria's excited. Trey Boulevard, will inZOI be up for pre-order? The early access launches on, hold on. I'm feeling it, y'all. Why isn't it showing me my multi-chat? I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why this isn't combining my chats. Okay, it's filtered for YouTube. and Twitch. I'll figure this multi-chat out pretty soon. It will be out or depending on where you're at in the world. I have this written down. 1 second. Please hold. Okay, early access will launch Thursday, March 27th, 5 p.m. my time, which is 8 p.m. Eastern time. It was day 1 in August. Yeah, I'm very excited. And like I said, I feel like, oh, that's midnight London time. Ooh. Okay, now the sense, knowing that this dad is making this game to impress his kid. That's how you know it's going to be good. Because who wants to like do something at this level and their kid is like, actually, I don't like it. So that makes me have very high hopes because you can't be out here disappointing your son. So I feel like inZOI really is going to be a great game, and I hope people start to see it as a life simulation game instead of just a Sims competitor, if that makes sense. You're curious to see what they do with this game. According to the freaks, there's people talking about some mods, and honestly, like those mods are always fun, but I feel like I'm so over them. I would like to see uh the modding aspect. I just want to be able to make my own dresses, make my own furniture pieces. And inZOI just seems like, especially with the smart Zoi, it seems like a game where right now what potentially could be mod. I guess we'll just have to wait and see when the game comes out. But I would want the game by itself to be fully fleshed out. I hope that we can be able to move through different worlds. The transparency is so refreshing. Yeah, now you guys can actually see each other. Let me make the chat a little bit bigger. Now you guys can actually see yourselves talk. Okay. Sorry, guys. This is my first time multi-streaming. I feel like I let you guys down today. I'm not feeling good. The multi-stream wasn't working. I couldn't go live on TikTok. I have my own canvas for Twitch with all the alerts. That wasn't working. But hopefully, or an icon, you will always be famous because of you, we'll have this game. You play The Sims 4, mostly vanilla. Yeah, like with the wicked whims, like when they just start doing things, sometimes I'll just like look or snapshot just for a joke, but 98% of the time I'm looking away. The freaks will lose their mind, yeah, unfortunately. I don't know. I feel like I really want this like game to be fully fleshed out to the point where people aren't even thinking about how can we modify this. I think that's how you know when a game is good, when you're not even considering how to modify it. I didn't let us down. Thank you, Shalyn. You just want to chill, Wicked Zoe. Okay. Wicked Zoe is actually funny. I was about to misspeak there. Uh, I think that Wicked Zoe, I think they would have to come up with a new name unless the person that creates Wicked Whims does it for inZOI as well. Botrix, the YouTube stream is not okay. This channel is not monetized. Please ignore that message. Oh, you're so welcome, Juan. But yeah, so everybody please wish me luck. I'm gonna have a busy week coming up and I have a stomach flu. So if anybody knows how to get rid of a stomach flu in like 4 hours, let me know. I mean, I know that's very unrealistic, but I've been feeling sick since like yesterday. And I normally don't get like stomach bugs. So it kind of just, no, ma'am, I rebuke. So I think I'm just gonna like think because this is not for the weak. A little more than looking into the sky, maybe a hand holding. Yeah, I am excited to see how we can accessorize the ZOI. One thing that I've been really campaigning for in another life sim game are purses, and I hope that my ZOI can have a purse. And I just feel like, why can't we have purses? Like, they should be functional. I should be able to slap somebody with my purse. And I don't know. I hope that that's an accessory that they consider. Actually, I'm gonna lay down here. I'm gonna get ready for the evening, and then I will be putting in requests. Can we get purses? It's too many bugs going around. Hope we feel better soon. Yeah, and it's too many bugs going around. Hope we feel better soon. Yeah, and Arizona is definitely a breeding ground for germs. So who knows what I picked up, but like I said, I am going to get ready to get lots of rest. Please, if you're in Discord, please do send me any remedies. Like, I'm so serious. I do not have time. I do not have time for this right now. I do not. I wish you guys could understand how frustrated I am this evening, but I know 5:30 Mountain Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, if you guys are in the inZOI Discord, please back me up. I'm going to put it on the wish list. But I love you guys. I will see you later. Stay hydrated. Be kind to yourself. And don't pick up any bugs out there in them streets. Bye, guys.